Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey. Now, this is a bit of a different video. It's mainly to big up, give kudos to Kaweco for actually providing excellent customer service. Now, those of you who follow me, subscribe to my channel, will know that I am a rather large fan of Lamy, mainly because of their excellent customer service that I received when I got a Lamy 2000 with a cracked cap. Contacted Lamy. Lamy said, yep, no problem, send the pen over to us. Didn't know what was going to happen. I was half expecting to get a email or a bill or something to say, oh, by the way, it's going to be 50 quid for a cap or something, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. What happened was, about 2 or 3 weeks later, Lamy returned the pen to me with a brand new cap, and they had also serviced this pen, the Lamy 2000 pen that I sent to them, free of charge. So, in my view, Lamy customer service, top marks, thumbs up from me. Now, Kaweco. And this is where, if I'll try and put some links, try and remember to put the links down in the video below, in the comment description, video description. Hit the arrow button below and it'll sort of drag down the description of the video, and I'll put the links into that, because the Lamy 2000 review that I did is quite a lengthy one. That's in, I'll put that link in there, and I will also put a link into a video that I did in 2019 with the Lamy Safari Pastel colours and some of these, the Kaweco Frosted Sport pastel colours, which all arrived around the same time. So I did a comparison video between the two, and quite honestly, the Kaweco pens came out on top, mainly because the nibs I have always found to be more reliable out of the box than the Lamy Safari nibs. Oh God, wrecking the place. Now, I have a Lamy Safari Mint Glaze from 2019, one of their special editions from that year. And to be honest, I've always found that these nibs, some of them can be a bit ropey, a bit scratchy, slightly misaligned tines, maybe not smooth enough. So I've had to do some nib work on these Lamy Safari pens, of which I have many of them. It's the same nib that they use on the Vista All-Star LX, Ion. So yeah, they are generic Lamy nibs, and the quality control is good, but for a mass-produced pen, you do still get quite a few that slip through the net. And I feel that I've been looking at people's comments on Facebook groups, Fountain Pen Network, and some people say, yep, we love Lamy Safari over Kaweco because the nibs are better, and vice versa. People will say that the Kaweco nibs are better than the Lamy ones. I'm always in the camp that I can fix the Lamy nibs easy enough, and the Kaweco nibs have written very well out of the box. However, these three Frosted Sport, the try and remember, Blush Pitaya, that's the blue one. The green one is Fine Lime, and this one is something like, I don't know, Squidgy Blueberry, Soft Blueberry, something like that. It's blueberry, anyway. These three of the Frosted Sport Special Edition pens from 2019, I hadn't actually got around to using for quite some time, because I've been using so many other pens, and these things have absolutely not terrible nibs, but they just stopped writing. I'll give you an example here. I'll use the Blush Pitaya. I dropped this, and absolutely nothing. Just won't write. The other two, the Fine Lime, this pen here, once again, won't write. Blueberry, or whatever it's called. Now, you see what happens with this. It writes for about 3 or 4 sentences. You see, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the actual nibs. They seem absolutely fine. And it writes and writes and writes, and then suddenly it just stops dead. It just dries up, and you can't write for anything. I mean, you can try shaking the pen, shaking the ink down into the feed. Nothing happens, and it is infuriating. So I basically had a look at the fountain pen network, had a look at some of some of the comments that people were saying, because they had also found that some of these Kaweco Sport pens just stopped writing for absolutely no reason. So I always flush my pens, but when I get them new or old, I always flush the pens, and that hadn't done anything. So anyway, I took the whole nib unit and the feed out, gave it another wash. I even did some checking to make sure that the feed was okay. There weren't any burrs in there or anything weird stopping the ink flow. The tines are absolutely perfectly aligned. I know that Stephen Brown, in one of his videos, he mentioned that sometimes these nibs get over polished, which is why they don't write, but I couldn't see anything obvious. I even shimmed between the tines, used brass shim in between the tines, and it did absolutely nothing. So I thought, oh, this is getting out of hand. I'm not happy because I can't really figure out what the hell's wrong. So one of the members of the Kaweco collectors and users group on Facebook, I put a message out on there, and he really helpfully said, look, contact Kaweco, I've had this trouble, contact Kaweco at this email address, describe what the problem is. So I did that, and I got in touch with Kaweco, sent them photographs of the pens, sent them photographs of the writing samples where I've been writing with the pens and it stopped, or in the Blush Pitaya's case, just wouldn't write. And within a couple of days, they got back to me and said, yep, no problem, please provide us with more details about where you got the pens from, things like that. And I was half expecting them to say contact the retailer, but no, they didn't. They sent me a rather lovely Kaweco little business card with people working in a factory. Now, I don't know whether this is the Kaweco factory. I'm suspecting not, because Kaweco love this retro vintage style, and they do modernise a lot of their things. If you've ever seen a Kaweco catalogue, you know, it looks like they've been dragged out of the 50s, when in actual fact it's all very modern. And they sent me this lovely handwritten note saying, you received the replacement grip section, all the best, and keep having fun with Kaweco. And this was from a lady I was corresponding with on email called Claudia. So thank you very much, Claudia. I really appreciate the effort you've gone to with all of this, because what Kaweco did was send me 3 full replacement section and nib units. And there is condensation in there, so I'm guessing these have got some moisture in, so I will flush those as well. So 3 replacement nibs, feeds and sections, all free of charge. So I am very, very, very happy with Kaweco's service. So Kaweco, kudos to you, thumbs up from Rob from Fountain Pen Journey, because your customer service is absolutely superb. And I am very, very happy. And I did tell you that I would send you, mention you in a comment on my Fountain Pen Journey YouTube channel. So here you go. I mean, it's thanks to Kaweco that I have got these 3 replacement nib units free of charge. And I'm looking forward to writing with these pens, because I love the Frosted Sport. I love all of the sports. I think they're great pens. It's disappointing that sometimes quality control issues happen, but they do happen. They happen in everything. I mean, how many iPhones get returned? You know, things like this. You expect the quality control to be absolutely impeccable, 100%, but stuff happens. I mean, I work in the manufacturing industry. We manufacture medical devices where I work at the moment. And yeah, we do have the odd issue here and there. So it's good when a company is so willing to make good and go the extra mile and provide things like this, and it's worth it. So as far as I'm concerned, German pen manufacturers, I love it, all of them basically, but certainly if you want affordable pens, Lamy, Kaweco, yeah, they're always going to be up there in my estimation. And because of the customer service that I've received from Kaweco, yeah, you're way up there now. So thank you very much, and thanks very much for watching. I hope your pens are all good, and if you've had any positives from any manufacturers, please let me know in the comments down below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.